Stop number 12 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to Richmond International Raceway. We're here today for the running of the Mobil 1 400 as we're set for 60 laps of action here on this 3/4 mile D-shaped racetrack. For a short track we've been on since a couple 3 races ago at Martinsville. So going to be a great race here today on this racetrack. And this is the last chance for some of those who are not yet qualified for the All-Star race to get into the All-Star race. So going to be interesting to see how this all plays out here today. So let's get to starting for today's running event. On the pole it is Jessica Shelton, car number 9, the Coors Melling Ford. She's on the pole for today's event. That's an 82 Ford with an 84 paint scheme, by the way. More on that later. Alongside of her is Joshua Collard, the STP Pontiac, car number 43. Row 2 has car number 15, Jason Haywood, the Motorcraft Ford. He'll be alongside Max Anderson, car 75, the Valvoline Pontiac. Third row has William Brock in car number 4, the Kodak Phil Mobil. He had a great run the last stop on the tour at California. And alongside him will be Patrick Smith in car number 8, the Miller American Buick. Next row down has Mike Becker, car 42, the STP Buick. He won at Talladega this season. And alongside Joshua Sakuli, car 47, the Race Hill Farms Buick. He had a great run going at California until something went wrong with his car. Then it's Tony Newman, car 14, the Copenhagen Oldsmobile. He has the inside of the next row down. And one of our in-car camera cars, Joshua Osborne, car 25, the Folgers Chevrolet. He's on the outside. Osborne was the winner at Martinsville. Zachary Fitzwater is inside the next row down in the Skull Bandit Buick, car 33, and beside him will be car number 21, Becca Tellier, the Hodgdon Ford. She was the winner this season at Darlington. Then it's Kyle Langland, car 27, the Kodiak Pontiac, and beside him will be Trent Dunham in car number 1, the Bullseye Barbecue Sauce Chevrolet. Next row down has car 88, Jonathan Zorland, the Gatorade Buick, and beside him will be car 13, is Jesse Turner, the CTE Ford. Next row down has Dylan Young in car number 2, the Pepsi Chevrolet, and beside him will be car number 25. Car number 5, excuse me. It is Phil Parker in the Levi Garrett Chevrolet. Next row down has Jordan Lopez in the Halpern Chevrolet, car number 16. That's an 81 Chevy, the oldest car in the field. Beside him will be car number 7, Kat Tellier, the Xerox Antifreeze Ford. She was the winner at California. Next row down, Michael Whitman in car 6, the Strolight Ford, and beside him will be car number 35, Johnny Gardner in the Folgers D-Cab Chevrolet. Next row down, Quentin Moore in car number 26, the Quaker State Buick, and beside him will be car number 83, the Daytona 500 champion, Emmanuel Hartnett, has the outside. Next row down has Paul Minnick in car number 44, the Piedmont Airlines Chevrolet, and Alexander Rowe in the Valvoline Oldsmobile, car number 51. Next row down has Cole Deaver in car number 3, the GM Goodrich Chevrolet, and he'll be flanked by Dylan Poteet in car 22, the Miller High Life Buick. Next row down, our third in-car camera car is Keith Batson in car number 28, Texaco Haviland Ford. So it's he, Osborne, and Shelton that will be carrying the in-car cameras today. And beside him will be Seth Cole in car 52, the Folgers Chevrolet. Came so close to winning the last stop on the tour at California. Next row down is Ashlyn Boyd in car 55, the Copenhagen Chevrolet, and Chelsea Bowles in the Superior Piping Nelson Contracting Chevrolet, car 74. Next row down has Ryan George in car 17, the Tide Chevrolet, the winner this season at Rockingham, and Ryan Winters in car 90, the Red Baron Frozen Pizza Ford. Next row down has Kev Sheeran, the Buckstow Oldsmobile, car 71, and one number down from him, Zed Weinstein in car 70, the AC Sparkplugs Rumpel Furniture Pontiac. Next row down has Kyle Matthews, who won this season at North Wilkesboro, the Hardy Chevrolet, Hardy's Oldsmobile, car number 29. And two-time winner this season, Charles Sanford in car 30, the Country Time Pontiac. His wins came at Las Vegas and Atlanta. And the Junior Johnson cars have the last row. It is Zach Winkle in car number 11. He starts last, actually, in the Budweiser Chevrolet. And his teammate, which is the 12 of Ryan Kazee, he starts actually next to last, and it's number 12 Budweiser Chevrolet.
Drivers, start your engine!
As the commands begin the Friday engines, we're going to have a racing here today. Zach Winkle's actually the one that starts last in the number 11 Budweiser Chevrolet. And so I actually do not know really what the story was that why there was that why in 1984 Bill Elliott drove a 1982 Thunderbird at Richmond that very year with that scheme. So, but that's what Shelton is driving, a 1984 course scheme on the 1982 Thunderbird is what she's driving here today. But nonetheless, it does work. She did qualify pole for this event here today. She is alongside Joshua Collard. Shelton, a winner twice this season. One of them was on the short track at Bristol. The other came at Texas this season. So the green flag is about to set the wave over the field, and the Mobil 1 400 is underway here at Richmond. Jason Haywood looking a little racy here in the number 15 Motorcraft Ford as he goes inside of Collard for position as he'll take the second spot away. He's going to get the shove from the number 4 of William Brock. Jessica Shelton leads the first lap of the race here today. She comes in this race the championship leader coming into this race at Richmond. Haywood now second position. Here comes William Brock trying to take a look on the outside. Mike Becker now going into the fourth position. Tony Newman in the fifth. And now Collard under fire from Zachary Fitzwater in number 33. He'll look inside. Fitzwater's best finish was a second at Talladega last season. Or this season, I should say, excuse me. And he passes the man who beat him at Talladega. That's Mike Becker in car 42. And I thought I saw, yeah, we got a spin on the front stretch. It's Chelsea Bowles and Kyle Matthews that is spun in through turns 1 and 2. And the yellow flag will fly for the first time here today. Jessica Shelton leads them down. And so Kyle Matthews, who had a bad run at the last race on the tour at California, dropped a few spots in the points. And bad luck strikes him again here today at Richmond. He's already in the All-Star race, so what does it matter for him? Take a look at what happened coming off turn number 4. I don't know if there was any help from... Yeah, Alexander Rowe turns Emmanuel Hartnett in the 83 car. Goes right into Matthews in 29, sends him spinning. Hartnett, I think, saves it. And Rowe and Hartnett get out of the way like as if nothing happened to them. And boy, good driving on the part of both the 11 of Zach Winkle and the 12 of Ryan Kazee, the 2 Junior Johnson cars. They both managed to escape, but Chelsea Bowles and Ryan Winters unfortunately did not. And Charles Sanford did a good job missing that crash too. So, unfortunately for Matthews and Bowles, they both got the fuzzy end of that lollipop, and both cars vibrating a little bit, trying to get their cars to start so they can get back underway. So, Kyle Matthews and Chelsea Bowles create the first caution of the day as Matthews now sits on pit road for an unscheduled pit stop. And Ryan Winters comes back out here, 45 miles an hour on pit road here at Richmond. Driving away, I'm sure talking like Kurt Busch at the moment, but... So the pace car lights are off on lap number 8, as we'll get the restart on the 9th lap of this race here at Richmond. It is Jessica Shelton leading the race. Second position now is the car of Ryan Winters. Third position is William Brock. Tony Newman in fourth. Fifth is Zachary Fitzwater. Sixth place for now running is Kyle Langland. Mike Becker in seventh. Eighth position is Patrick Smith, matching his car number. Joshua Collard has dropped the 9th, and Dylan Young moving his way up into the 10th position. So the restart happening here at Richmond International Raceway, and let's take a ride with Jessica Shelton as the restart happens. You see from the rearview mirror right there, the 15 of Jason Haywood under attack on Shelton. Ford's first and second at the moment. Then you got Oldsmobile running in third position and fourth for that fact. And Pontiac about to break into the top 5 right now with Kyle Langland as he's got the shove from Patrick Smith. Meantime, Dylan Young still continuing his marches through the way through the field. Dylan Young in that 2 car looking racier today. His best finish came at, I believe it was at North Wilkesboro. And Young goes underneath Fitzwater. Fitzwater shut up the track. And meantime, William Brock is underneath Haywood for second. And he'll take the position away, and he'll take Tony Newman with him in the 14 car. Now the field's starting to get spread out here. As seeing some two wide racing. Michael Whitman in a 6 car running in the top 10 right now, along with Max Anderson in 75. Fitzwater now cuts in front of the 21 of Becca Tellier. And the STP cars running right together. Mike Becker and Joshua Collard. Becker in the number 42 Buick and Collard in the number 43 Pontiac. These two cars 5 years apart. The Buick is an 82 model. That's what Becker's driving. Collard's Pontiac an 87 model. So Collard right now running in 13th position here. 14th is now Ashland Boyd, as he's now in a battle with Johnny Gardner. Ashland Boyd making his way through the field. Gardner in 35, running in 15th position. 16th is Joshua Sakuli. And a battle for 17th, Trent Dunham going up underneath the 26 of Quentin Moore. And he's going to bring the 30 of Cole Deaver, who almost gets turned by Kev Shearer in the 71 car. And Jesse Turner now slides underneath Paul Minnick for position as they come off turn number 4. And now Shearer will dive underneath the 26 of Moore as they come off the 4th corner. Quentin Moore's best finish this season, a 4th at North Wilkesboro. And Jesse Turner will slide underneath there. He is second at Bristol. This is his best finish of the season. And look at this battle right there. That's Keith Batson, Paul Minnick, and Phil Parker going at it. On board Keith Batson's car. Batson up to the 23rd position. If he'll go up underneath Quentin Moore for position, and Moore barely cuts in front of Batson. All the while, though, he's got Phil Parker inside of him now in the number 5 car. And now Batson gets shoved up the track. Now Seth Cole dives up underneath him now in the number 52 car. And he's got the California winner, Cat Tellier, behind him. Tellier with a great victory at the California Speedway, the last stop on the turn for the Auto Club 400. And that punched her ticket into the All-Star race, along with also drivers like Johnny Gardner, Dylan Poteet. Excuse me. He was in this mix, and that's actually the champions that are in the All-Star race is Johnny Gardner, Dylan Poteet, Jessica Shelton, Charles Sanford, and Trent Dunham. I believe are the drivers that's in this field as the champs here. Some of which have won a race this season. Batson trying to make his way into the All-Star race by virtue of that. I mean, the format did change, by the way. It's now drivers who's won since Daytona this season. That's going to be in the All-Stars this season. So it's unfortunate for Batson because he did win twice last season, hoping to get his way make his way through the field and get a win here. But something tells me that that 9 car that's leading the race there has got one strong pony under the hood, buddy. As we make our way back up through the field, there's Kyle England in 4th. 3rd is in battle for 2nd between Tony Newman and William Brock, going hot and heavy right now. Between the 4 and the 14, there's a pair of Oldsmobiles. Pair of 1987 Oldsmobiles in the field here. Brock is in 2nd position. Where's Shelton? There she is, all by her lonesome. Leading the field here, dominating as it were, here at Richmond International Raceway, as she has led from the start so far. And she's opened up to a very substantial lead, 1.89 seconds. That car is looking awfully strong here today. But you know, William Brock and Tony Newman are going to try to take maximum advantage of trying to catch that flying Ford. But so far it's to no avail at the moment. Meanwhile, Mike Becker and Dylan Young battling for position for the 10th spot. Young has it. Becker wants it. And whoa, Becker about turned Dylan Young, come on through the first and second corners. And turn 2 usually is calamity corner here at Richmond in the previous years past. As Keith Batson, you see him has now made his way back up to the field here as he has gotten by both Trent Dunham and the man whom we are on board with, Joshua Osborne in 25. Osborne up the track right now. He won the season at Richmond, or at Martinsville. Osborne right now running in the 23rd position at the moment. And he had a great run at the last race on the tour at California. Last stop we had. Right behind him is another Kentuckian, Dylan Poteet. Both Osborne and Poteet are both from Kentucky. Osborne on the eastern side, Dylan Poteet on the western side of the state. And they got a New Yorker right behind him, Seth Cole in the 52 car. One of him and Poteet and Osborne, 3 of the veterans in the field. And they got another one behind him, that's Jonathan Zorlin in 88. And meantime, Kev Shearer and Paul Minnick battling there with Shearer's buddy Ryan George running right behind him. So a couple of friends going at it here. Ryan George making his way into the inside of Shearer. Shearer goes up the track now. George will dive underneath, and he'll take position away, or tries to take position away from Shearer. Dips down, and he does have position. So Kev Shearer up the track as Zed Weinstein's passed him now. So does Alexander Rowe in 51, and he's about to have Charles Sanford underneath him now in the 30 machine. Sanford not quite making as much headway as some of the others who started in the back have. Of course, Kyle Matthews and Chelsea Bowles is already out of the race. Along too with Jordan Lopez in 16 with a engine problem, and so Matthews and Bowles, who caused the first caution flag of the day, both out of the race, and that's going to hurt Matthews a bit because he, as I said, came into this race top 10 in points. And that's going to drop him a bunch. Quentin Moore going underneath Shearer. Shearer's still up the track now. And he's about to have pressure from the Daytona 500 champion, Emmanuel Hartnett. In the 83 machine, he runs in 34th position at the moment, so he's not having quite a good day neither. There's the damaged up car of Ryan Winters in the 90 machine. He is way off the pace. Meantime, the Budweiser cars of Zach Winkle and Ryan Kazee still tailing along back there. But while the rest of the guys are battling for position there, this lady has got no problems at the moment. That's Jessica Shelton, number 9, the course Melling Ford. It may be an 82 Thunderbird on it with a 1984 scheme, but that car has been strong off the trailer as she is looking for her 3rd win of the season. She has had a tremendous start to the season. She's been known as a slow starter at the moment in recent years of this series. But here she has taken no prisoners this season. Fresh off of a 2nd place run at California Speedway to Kat Tellier, and now she is looking for possibly a 3rd win of the season. She has got 25 laps to hold on, however, so a lot can happen from there on out. Tony Newman still in 2nd position in the 14 car. 3rd is William Brock. 4th is Kyle Langland. A great day for him, one of the Rookie of the Year contenders in this field, along with Tony Newman. Jason Haywood, who started 3rd, he's now running in the 5th position in the number 15 Motorcraft Ford. He's having a solid season so far. One of the cars for KAB Universal is the Legion of Fords, owned by Keith Batson. But he's running in 5th position, giving that car a good ride. Now Becca Tellier, another KAB car. She goes underneath Michael Whitman. And Tellier now takes the 6th position away. Whitman trying to fight back on the outside, but that's to no avail neither. And he's about to have Dylan Young up on his back bumper now. Dylan Young has been running excellent on the short tracks this season. Had a great run at Bristol, had a great run at North Wilkesboro, and a good run at Martinsville. As now Young running in the 9th position. 10th right now is Ashlyn Boyd, or actually make that 9th is Ashlyn Boyd. 8th is Young. And going 10th right now is Zachary Fitzwater. Max Anderson running in 11th position. Still is Collard in 12th now. Then Becker 13th, Gardner 14th, and 15th is Jesse Turner. And those three having a three-way for the 13th position at the moment. Buick, Chevrolet, and Ford running in that train of cars. And about to close up on the 75 and 43 both. And now Max Anderson goes inside of Fitzwater, but Fitzwater's having none of it. And now Jesse Turner goes up underneath Johnny Gardner and gets him. Patrick Smith running 16th. Kat Tellier running 17th at the moment in car number 7. And Phil Parker in 18th. 19th is Seth Cole. And 20th is Keith Batson. On board Keith Batson's car. Laps clicking off. We're down to 19 laps to go here at Richmond International Raceway. Positions being changed at everywhere except first. Unfortunately, for the drivers trying to catch that fleeing Ford of Jessica Shelton, who has now opened up a 3.09 second advantage on Tony Newman for the lead. As Keith Batson hangs on to that 20th position, up ahead is Seth Cole in 19th. And the other in-car camera, Joshua Osborne, right behind the car of Keith Batson. Osborne in 21st. And Osborne, one of the drivers, punched in. Osborne, one of the drivers in the All-Stars by virtue of being the champion from the previous seasons. In this series, he won the championships in seasons 2 and 16. So Osborne will have the pleasure of driving that race in the Tim Richmond colors. That's an 86 Chevy he's driving. And that car running very, very strong here. Alexander Rowe running 22nd position. 23rd is Joshua Sakuli. Dylan Poteet, who's won at Richmond in previous years, he's running 24th at the moment. And he's got he's got his buddy Charles Sanford behind him in the 30 machine. As Sanford dives underneath Poteet for position. Looking for the spectator cam right there. Beautiful view of the panoramic shot at Richmond International Raceway as you see cars coming off the 4th corner. And Sanford does get position from Poteet as he's got Paul Minnick and Trent Dunham behind him. Dunham not having as good a season. And let's remember, Trent Dunham, of course, last season won the championship by only winning one race, and that was at Homestead Miami Speedway. And Dunham almost pulled off the improbable, and that was winning a championship without winning a race. And that would have been really something in a series, in any series for that fact, in all of in our competition. But Dunham did dominate that race at Homestead and did what he needed to do to secure the championship for last season. But right now, he is not having a good day at Richmond. At the moment, he's running underneath Charles Samper at the moment. And let's see where Dunham's clocked at this time by. He is clocked in the 26th position. And he'll take 25th now as he passes Charles Sanders. Now Keith Batson pulls up on the back bumper of Patrick Smith in the number 8 machine. Ten laps to go here at Richmond. Seth Cole has actually picked up a couple spots as he's passed Patrick Smith and Mike Becker. As Seth now tries to go up underneath Phil Parker. Batson underneath Patrick Smith in a moment here. That's Ford versus Buick. Phil Parker diving up underneath Max Anderson. That's for position here as Parker dives up underneath Anderson, shoves him up the racetrack. And could he get his Hendrick teammate Seth Cole to follow him? Yes, he does. Seth Cole, of course, in the 52 car for Hendrick Motorsports in association with his own team, NNSCRA Motorsports. Seth driving an 87 Monte Carlos. He and Johnny Gardner both, while Parker and Osborne both have 86 Monte Carlos driving. So Seth takes 16th position away here, and now Mike Becker gets past Max Anderson as well, and here comes Batson again trying to get underneath Patrick Smith for position, and then finally he does get underneath Patrick Smith, and he'll take spot away. So Batson up to 19th at the moment, and we are already down to 6 laps to go already. My goodness. And some positions being exchanged. This is for second place right here. That's William Brock and Jason Haywood. And I may want to throw Kyle Langland in this mix too in the 27. As Brock takes second position, but here comes Jason Haywood in number 15, one of the KAB Enterprises machines. As Haywood puts the back bumper on the number 4 of William Brock, Oldsmobile, Ford, Pontiac, Chevy, and Oldsmobile, and a Chevy in that mix too with Ashland Boyd. As he's in 7th position, he'll try to take 6th away from the Tony Newman car. But all by her lonesome, with a few lap cars around her, is Jessica Shelton, as she has now got 2 laps remaining in this race. As she has put up a good old-fashioned woodshed whooping on the entire field here at Richmond. And you know they'll want to bring that car back for the next race here at Richmond. You know that. She'll get underneath the lap car of Ryan Winters, and now up on the back bumper of Zach Winkle as the white flag waves over Jessica Shelton. She has 1 lap remaining here at Richmond, and a very dominating, as she has had the dominant car all day long. Underneath the 11 of Zach Winkle as she goes up underneath him right now. As the number 9 Coors Melling board, and you are on board Jessica Shelton as she wins the Mobil 1 400 at Richmond. Win number 3 on the season for Jessica Shelton and number 9 Coors Melling Ford. And like I said, if I say dominant performance, look at the margin, 4.92 seconds she won by. And you know there's going to be others that's going to be wanting that car inspected very, very thoroughly over this one. And that was a very dominant car she had here today. Second place will go to William Brock. Third will go to Jason Haywood. Fourth will go to Kyle Langland. 5th to Dylan Young. 6th to Ashland Boyd. Tony Newman dropped to 7th. 8th position will go to Michael Whitman. 9th to Zachary Fitzwater. And Becca Tellier will end up in 10th position. So 12 races are now in the books in the season as Jessica Shelton wins here today with an average speed of 111.634. Only 1 caution flag. That was the crash between Chelsea Bowles and Kyle Matthews. Here, rest of the finishing order. Joshua Collard comes on 11th. 12th to Jesse Turner. Johnny Gardner 13th. Kat Tellier of the charge up to 14th. Seth Cole will take 15th. 16th will go to Phil Parker. Mike Becker 17th. Max Anderson 18th, Keith Batson in for 19th, and 20th will go to Alexander Rowe. Patrick Smith 21st, Joshua Osborne 22nd, 23rd will go to Joshua Sakuli, 23rd was Trent Dunham, Paul Minnick 24th, Paul Sakuli was 23rd, Trent Dunham 24th, Paul Minnick 25th, then Jonathan Zorlin, Zed Weinstein, Dylan Poteet, Kev Shearer, and Ryan George to the top 30. Rest of the finishing order, Charles Sanford, a bad day for him, 31st. Quentin Moore, Cole Deaver, Emmanuel Hartnett, the last car in the lead lap, in 34th. Then Zach Winkle, Ryan Winters, and Ryan Kazee was the last of the finishers. Cars out of the race, Jordan Lopez with an engine problem. Kyle Matthews and Chelsea Bowles were the cars out of the race because of the crash. Well, the battle on the racetrack was for everywhere except number 1. Jessica Shelton starts from the pole and leads every lap here today at Richmond. As I said, they had a very dominant performance here today. So next up on the tour will be at Charlotte Motor Speedway, as we'll have the Winston All-Star Race and the Coca-Cola 600 as well. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. You'll have everywhere. We have everything on this channel here in our races, gaming videos, and whatever the president of the NNSCRA Seth Cole desires here. And do not forget to subscribe to this channel here, and do not forget also to check his races out too. The NNSCRA Tech Slayer Truck Series, the Hershey's Cup Series, and the Pizza Hut X Series. Be sure to check his races out. Guaranteed, his races are a whole lot better than what I have to offer. So anyway, so racing is over here today at Richmond. Here, as we say so long here from Richmond International Raceway, where Jessica Shelton is the winner of the Mobil 1 400. This has been production in the NNSCRA. Celebrate here. This has been a production of the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best.